Hot coffee cascaded over the face of black waitress Destiny Harper. In fintech billionaire Ethan Reed's fit of rage. "Know your place," he snarled, unaware that in just 24 hours, she would seize control of his $89 billion empire. From Atlanta's Soul Bites Diner, the viral video tanked Reed financial stock, unveiling old foe Victor Hale's dark schemes. Destiny, actually a senior Bank of America partner, had undercover investigated Ethan for 6 weeks, turning humiliation into justice's weapon. Through hacks, betrayals, and redemption, they allied against Victor, leading to his downfall and Ethan's transformation. An inspiring tale of resilience, forgiveness, and love overcoming prejudice. If you enjoyed, subscribe, and comment your location to support the channel for more powerful stories. Rain hammered against the windshield of Ethan Reed's sleek black Porsche Panamera, each drop exploding like an accusation in the humid Atlanta dawn. The stock had plunged 47% overnight, a bloodbath that left his fintech empire, Reed Financial, teetering on the brink. 47%, he snarled into his Bluetooth, his voice a whip crack over the engine's growl. "Those vultures on the board questioned my vision. My vision." Lucas Kane's reply crackled through the speakers, laced with panic. "Sir, the meeting wasn't a total loss. The investors, they're parasites." Ethan jerked the wheel, pulling into the parking lot of Soul Bites, a cozy breakfast spot on Peachtree Street where the air always carried hints of fried chicken and fresh biscuits. He killed the engine, his knuckles white on the steering wheel. At 35, Ethan commanded a $15 billion kingdom in digital banking, his sharp jaw and piercing green eyes gracing Forbes covers. But today, those eyes burned with fury, his dark hair disheveled from raking fingers through it. He slammed the car door, the muggy Georgia heat wrapping around him like a noose. The cafe's windows glowed invitingly against the storm, packed with early risers, families in booths, professionals tapping laptops, the hum of conversations mingling with the sizzle of grits on the griddle. "Get PR on this now," Ethan barked into his phone as he pushed through the door, the bell jingling like a mocking alarm. "Bury those headlines before noon." Inside, Destiny Harper moved with effortless precision, balancing plates of steaming collard greens and cornbread while refilling coffee mugs. Her coiled hair was tied back neatly, her uniform apron hiding the poise of someone far beyond this role. At 29, she carried an aura of quiet command, her dark eyes missing nothing. "Order up, table 4, called Martha Jenkins from behind the counter, her white hair catching the fluorescent lights, her southern drawl warm but firm. "Got it, Martha." Destiny's voice held subtle authority as she delivered the plates to a couple near the window. "Anything else for y'all?" "Just the check, hon. Great service." The man smiled appreciatively. Destiny nodded, her mind already shifting gears. For 6 weeks, she'd worked the morning shift here, observing patterns, gathering intel. To the world, she was just a waitress. But in reality, she was the youngest senior partner at Bank of America, a force who'd orchestrated deals worth trillions. Her phone vibrated, a text from her superior. "Final figures locked, $89 billion buyout primed, character eval critical." She deleted it swiftly, eyes flicking to the red Porsche outside. Her target had arrived. Ethan strode in, rain dripping from his tailored coat, phone glued to his ear. "I am Reed Financial. Without me, it's just algorithms and broken dreams." Heads turned, recognizing the face from business headlines. He claimed a corner booth, his posture rigid. Destiny approached, menu in hand, her expression neutral. 6 weeks had revealed his tells. Bad days turned him volatile. Pressure made him predatory. "Good morning. Coffee to start?" she asked, setting the menu down. Ethan glanced up dismissively, seeing only the uniform, the skin tone, a non-entity. "Black, strong, and hurry it up." She nodded, pouring from a fresh pot. As she returned, he ended another call with a curse. "Your coffee, sir." He waved her off. "Wait, bring the breakfast special. Eggs over easy, no grits, and make sure it's not slop." "Of course." Destiny turned, cataloging his disdain. The averted eyes, the entitled snap. Just as the profiles predicted, narcissistic, views others as disposable. She relayed the order to the young cook, Danny, a lanky white kid with wide eyes. Table 8 wants it perfect. That's Ethan Reed, the fintech guy. Danny whistled. The billionaire? Damn. Ethan's phone erupted again, his voice escalating. The buyout is my lifeline. Bank of America thinks they're saving me? He paced beside his booth, nearly upending his mug. Destiny approached with a refill. More coffee, sir. He held up a finger, ignoring her. Those suits don't get it. I'm the genius here. The cafe quieted, patrons shifting uncomfortably. A mother hushed her child. Sir? Destiny tried again, voice steady. Ethan whirled, his gaze landing on her like venom. Here was a safe target, uniformed, black, invisible. What I want is competence, he snapped, snatching his mug. The egg sat cold on his plate now. Is there a problem with your meal? Problem? He stood, towering over her. You people don't grasp quality, do you? The words sliced the air. You people. The cafe froze. Forks midair. Conversations dead. I apologize if... No. Ethan's face twisted. You'll learn your place. Phones emerged, cameras rolling. He raised the mug high, hot coffee steaming. This is what incompetence gets. The liquid cascaded down, scalding her skin, soaking her apron in bitter rivulets. Destiny didn't flinch, though pain shot through her. She wiped her eyes calmly. The room exploded. What the hell? A man shouted. Call the cops! Martha rushed over. Sir, leave now. But Ethan leaned in, whispering viciously. Remember, some matter, others don't. Destiny met his gaze, voice unwavering. Have a good day, sir. He blinked, expecting tears, not this steel. That's it? Have a good day, sir. She turned, walking away with unbowed grace. A burly patron stood. You're scum. She's just a waitress, Ethan protested, but doubt crept in as phones captured his smirk. Martha's eyes blazed. Security footage will bury you. Out. He tossed 100 on the table, storming out to his Porsche. Inside, he watched her through the window, composed, surrounded by supportive patrons. For the first time, unease gnawed at him. 12 hours later, the video exploded online. 20 million views, hashtags like Jardina racist Reed trending. His stock plummeted further, and the PR team was in meltdown. Rachel Foster, his head of communications, a sharp white woman in her 40s, burst into his penthouse. It's everywhere, CNN and Twitter. Your empire's crumbling. Ethan stared at his phone, the clip replaying, her dignity shattering his rage. She's just a waitress, he muttered. But deep down, he sensed the storm had only begun. Ethan stared at the shattered screen of his backup phone, the viral clip looping in his mind like a nightmare on repeat. Rachel paced the marble floors of his Buckhead penthouse, her heels clicking like gunfire. It's not just trending, it's exploding. 20 million views in hours. Hashtags like Shocker Racist Reed are burying your stock deeper. We're down another 15% since sunset. He rubbed his temples, the humid Atlanta night pressing against the floor-to-ceiling windows. Buy it off. Find her. Everyone has a price. Rachel stopped, her face paling under the chandelier's glow. You think this is that simple? The cafe owner, Martha Jenkins, posted the security footage herself. It's on every platform. CNN's running it as breaking news. Fintech mogul's meltdown. Your board's in emergency mode. Ethan's phone buzzed relentlessly. Texts from Lucas, calls from investors. He ignored them, scrolling through comments that clawed at his ego. Hope this entitled prick loses it all. That waitress had more class in her pinky. Dox him. Make him pay. She's nobody, he muttered, but the words tasted hollow. Her composure haunted him, that unyielding, have a good day, sir, echoing like a judgment. Rachel's tablet chimed with another alert. Lucas just messaged, the board wants you in the war room now. Victor Hale sniffing around, buying shares on the dip. Ethan's jaw tightened. Victor Hale, his old mentor turned rival, a white-haired shark in bespoke suits who'd taught him the cutthroat world of fintech before stabbing him in the back over a deal years ago. Let him buy. I'll crush him later. First, kill this story. But as Rachel dialed the crisis team, Ethan's world tilted further. His stock app flashed red. Another 10% drop. Billions evaporating. He grabbed a whiskey, slamming it back. Find out who she is. Pay her to retract. Say it was staged. Rachel eyed him with disgust. Bribe a black woman you assaulted? That's your plan? This isn't 2010, Ethan. The world's watching. He waved her off. Do it. Hours blurred into a frenzy of calls. Lucas patched in from the office. Sir, PR is spinning it as a moment of stress, but it's not landing. The video's too damning. Multiple angles. Crystal audio. Stress, Ethan barked. They questioned my leadership. Reed Financial is me. Sir, about the Bank of America buyout tomorrow? Ethan hung up, pacing. The $89 billion deal was his Hail Mary, merging his digital banking platform with their infrastructure to dominate the Southeast market. Without it, competitors would devour him alive. Rachel returned from her laptop, face ashen. I dug into her. Destiny Harper. No priors, no social media fire. But she's not just a waitress. What? LinkedIn buried it, but cross-referenced with corporate filings. She's a senior partner at Bank of America. Youngest ever. Handled trillions in mergers. Ethan laughed, bitter and disbelieving. Impossible. She served me eggs. Rachel shoved the tablet at him. Look, Harvard MBA, summa cum laude, led the Pinnacle acquisition last year. And get this, she's been in Atlanta for 6 weeks. Exact timeline for our due diligence. The pieces slammed together. She's investigating me. For the buyout, character assessment. Jesus, Ethan, you poured coffee on the woman holding your future. He sank into the leather couch, the city lights mocking him from below. Why undercover? Why play a waitress? Rachel scrolled further. Psych profile from our intel. She gathers dirt when no one's watching. Sees the real you. The real him. Arrogant, explosive, seeing you people as beneath. Ethan's stomach churned. Call the board. Spin this as a setup. But Lucas's next text shattered that. Board meeting pulled forward. Hale's on the line. Says the deal's at risk. Ethan bolted to his feet, dialing his lead counsel. Get me everything on her. Leverage. As the night deepened, Destiny sat in her sleek office on the 40th floor of the Bank of America Tower downtown, still in her coffee-stained apron. The Atlanta skyline twinkled, but her focus was on the merger docs glowing on her screen. Her boss, Edward Lang, a stern white executive in his 60s, leaned against the doorframe. Videos at 25 million, stocks tanking. You planned this? I documented, Destiny corrected, toweling residue from her hair. He revealed himself. Edward nodded approvingly. The board's reeling, Hale's circling like a vulture. Victor's name twisted her gut. The man who'd destroyed her sister Angela, firing her for uppity questions on shady deals, driving her to a fatal stress-induced heart attack at 32. Destiny had sworn vengeance, climbing ranks to dismantle men like him. And Ethan? His patterns matched, entitlement laced with bias. Her phone buzzed. Martha. Honey, you okay? That footage is everywhere. I'm fine, necessary. Edward paced. The buyout's yours to close. Use this. She would. 6 weeks undercover had confirmed Ethan's flaws. But the coffee incident? Pure gold. Viral proof for the board. Across town, Ethan stormed into Reed Financial's glass-walled conference room, the board, all white suits like him, staring daggers. Patricia Voss, the chairwoman, slammed her fist. Explain yourself, Ethan. You assaulted a woman on camera. Our stock's in free fall. It was a lapse, he snapped. One bad moment. One, Lucas interjected, projecting the video. Comments are ripping us apart. Clients pulling out. Victor Hale's face appeared on the screen via video link, his silver mane impeccable, eyes cold. Gentlemen, ladies, this merger with Bank of America, contingent on leadership stability, and Ethan, you've become a liability. Ethan's blood boiled. You'd love that, Victor. Mentor turned backstabber. Victor's smile was serpentine. I taught you everything, including when to cut losses. The room tensed. Patricia turned. Victor's acquired 15% shares today. He's got a voice now. Ethan froze. Hack? Manipulation? How? Opportunism, Victor purred. Your meltdown was convenient. As accusations flew, Ethan's mind raced to Destiny. She wasn't just a partner, she was the architect. And Victor? Tied somehow. Back in her office, Destiny's email pinged. Anonymous tip. Hale's hacking your eval. Watch your back. She deleted it, steeling herself. Tomorrow's meeting would shatter Ethan. But doubt flickered. His rage felt too raw, too personal. Was he just another Victor, or something redeemable? Ethan left the meeting in a haze, Lucas trailing. Sir, we traced her deeper. Destiny Harper. Her sister worked for Hale. Fired under suspicious circumstances. Died soon after. The connection hit like lightning. Revenge. Setup. But as rain lashed the windows again, Ethan wondered if his own demons had handed her the weapon. Ethan slammed his fist on the conference table, the echo ricocheting off the glass walls of Reed Financial's executive suite. The board stared back, a wall of white faces etched with calculation. Patricia Voss at the head, her silver bob framing a scowl. The others, suits like tombstones, shifting uncomfortably under the fluorescent glare. Victor's behind this, Ethan growled, his green eyes flashing. Hacking the stock? Timing it with my laps? He's playing us. Patricia leaned forward, her voice ice. Proof, Ethan, not paranoia. Your lapse, assaulting a woman on video, has us down 72%. Clients are fleeing. And now Hale's on the line, demanding airtime. Victor Hale's image flickered larger on the screen, his patrician features smug, the faint southern lilt in his voice masking venom. Ethan, my boy, still jumping at shadows. I acquired shares legally. Opportunity knocked when you imploded. You taught me to spot setups, Ethan shot back. This reeks of you, dipping the market, then swooping in. Victor's chuckle was dry, like crumpling paper. I taught you survival, but look at you, pouring coffee on a black waitress because your ego was bruised? Pathetic. The buyout's fragile now. Bank of America wants stable partners, not liabilities. Lucas hovered behind Ethan, tablet in hand. Sir, confirmation's coming in. Unusual trades traced to offshore servers. Could be hacks. Patricia silenced him with a glare. Victor, your stake's 22% now. What do you propose? Simple, Victor replied, steepling his fingers. Remove Ethan as CEO. Restructure under my oversight. The merger proceeds, but with Pinnacle Bank, my firm, as a silent partner. We stabilize Reed Financial, absorb the tech, and dominate the Southeast. Ethan's blood roared. Pinnacle, Victor's Atlanta-based behemoth, built on ruthless takeovers. You'd gut my company, fire thousands. Progress demands sacrifice, Victor said smoothly. Like that, sister of Ms. Harper's. Angela, wasn't it? Talented accountant. Questioned my books once. Uppity, I recall. Had to let her go. The room stilled. Ethan's mind raced back to Lucas's tip. Angela Washington, Destiny's sister, fired by Victor amid discrimination claims, dead at 32 from a heart attack fueled by stress and harassment. You killed her, Ethan whispered, the connection crystallizing. Racist firing covered up, and now you're using Destiny to torpedo me? Victor's eyes narrowed. Careful, Ethan. I mentored you out of that garage startup, gave you the playbook, but you forgot the first rule. Never show weakness. That video, gold for opportunists like me, Patricia intervened. Enough history. Victor, your hacks, if proven, void your shares. If, Victor echoed mockingly. Meanwhile, Ethan's the viral villain. Board, vote now. Oust him or watch the empire burn. Arguments erupted, board members barking over each other. He's toxic, one shouted. But he's the visionary, another countered. Ethan cut through. Victor, why me? After all these years? A pause, then Victor's mask slipped. Just a flicker. You betrayed me, boy. Stole my deal in 18. Now I take what's mine. And Ms. Harper, collateral, her vendetta against men like us? Perfect distraction, Lucas whispered urgently. Sir, server logs. Pinnacle IPs all over the trades. It's him. Ethan nodded, mind whirling. Destiny wasn't just revenge-driven. She was a pawn in Victor's larger game. but why align with her pain? Across town, Destiny paced her office, the merger files open on her desk. Edward Lang watched, arms crossed. Hale's moving fast. Bought into Reed overnight. He's hacking, Destiny said flatly. Patterns match his old tricks. Offshore ghosts, timed dips. Edward raised an eyebrow. You know this how? 6 weeks undercover wasn't just for Ethan. Victor's my endgame. He destroyed Angel. Called her a diversity hire who didn't know her place. Drove her to the grave. Edward sighed. Personal gets messy. The buyout's yours, but if Hale inserts Pinnacle, he won't. Destiny's phone buzzed. Anonymous. Reed knows about Angela? Alliance forming? She deleted it, but unease stirred. Ethan's rage in the cafe felt genuine, not calculated. Was he Victor's echo or victim? Back in the boardroom, Victor pressed. Vote, Patricia. Ethan's out. No, Ethan interjected. Give me 24 hours. I'll expose the hacks, prove Victor's manipulation. Patricia hesitated. One day, but if you fail, you're gone. Victor disconnected with a smirk. Tick-tock, Ethan. Remember, Angela? Some falls are fatal. The meeting dissolved, board members filing out like ghosts. Lucas stayed. Sir, what now? Dig deeper on Victor and Destiny. Links, motives, everything. As Ethan drove through Atlanta's sticky night, his phone rang. Rachel. Boss, bad news. Hale's team hacked your personal accounts. Old emails surfacing. Discriminatory stuff from years back. Ethan swerved. What emails? From your early days. Jokes, slurs. It's leaking to the press. Victor's voice echoed in his head. Weakness. This wasn't just business. It was personal annihilation. Destiny's alert chimed. Leaked emails about Ethan. She scanned them. Crude remarks, bias laid bare. But buried in the dump. A thread from Victor to Ethan, years ago. Handle the diversity hires quietly, like I did with Angela. Proof. Victor's hands are dirty. But allying with Ethan, risky. She texted Martha. Need advice. Enemy of enemy. Martha replied, Angela would say, dig the truth first. Destiny stared at the skyline. Victor's web tightened, pulling her and Ethan into collision. Tomorrow's merger meeting would be war. Ethan arrived home pouring another whiskey. The leaks hit social media. Here, Reed racist exploding anew. His sister Emily, a teacher in Savannah, texted, Bro, what happened to you? He didn't reply. Instead, he searched Destiny's profile again. Her eyes in the photo, resolute, pained. Victor had broken her family. Now he aimed to break Ethan's. A knock at the door. Lucas, breathless. Found something. Victor's funding anonymous hacks. And Destiny? She's been tracking him for years. Ethan nodded. Then she's not the enemy. She's the key. But as thunder rumbled outside, doubt gnawed. Alliance with the woman he'd humiliated? Or face Victor alone? Ethan's penthouse felt like a cage. The Atlanta skyline a taunting reminder of his crumbling throne. Whiskey burned his throat as he stared at Destiny's profile on his laptop. Harvard pedigree, merger maven, eyes that pierced like judgment. Lucas had left hours ago, but the dossier lingered. Angela's firing, Victor's slurs, her early grave. Alliance. The word tasted like ash after what he'd done to her. A sharp knock shattered the silence. Ethan glanced at the clock. 2 a.m. Who the hell? He yanked open the door, and there she stood. Destiny Harper, still in her power suit from the day. Rain-slicked hair framing her face. Dark eyes blazing. No apron now, just unfiltered fury. You, he breathed, stepping back instinctively. She pushed past him without invitation, her heels echoing on the marble. We need to talk, now. Ethan closed the door, heart pounding. How'd you find my address? Resources, she snapped, whirling to face him. The same ones that dug up your dirt. Those leaked emails? Child's play compared to what I have on Victor. He crossed his arms, masking the unease. So you're here to gloat? Or finish the job? Destiny's laugh was sharp, devoid of humor. Finish? You think this is about you? Victor Hale destroyed my sister, fired her for daring to question his fraud, called her every racist name in the book. She died broken at 32. And you're just his latest echo. Ethan flinched, the cafe scene flashing, hot coffee cascading, her unyielding dignity. I didn't know about Angela, but Victor, he was my mentor, pulled me from obscurity, taught me the game. Her eyes widened, a crack in her armor. Mentor? Twist of the knife. He groomed you, then betrayed you over that 18 deal. Why defend him? I'm not. Ethan paced to the window, city lights blurring in the rain. He hacked my stocks, leaked my past. Those emails, they're old, stupid, but real. Real enough to tank your empire, she countered, stepping closer. You poured coffee on me because I was beneath you. Sound familiar? Victor did worse to Angela, isolated her, spread lies, drove her to despair. Ethan turned, facing her heat. You set me up, 6 weeks undercover, waiting for me to snap. I observed, Destiny shot back. And you delivered. You people. Your words, not mine. Shame twisted in his gut, hot and unfamiliar. It was a bad day. Board grilling me. Stocks crashing. Excuses. Her voice cracked raw. Angela had bad days too, but she never humiliated anyone. Victor stripped her dignity, and you tried the same with me. He sank onto the couch, head in hands. What do you want? An apology? Fine, I'm sorry, for the coffee, the words, all of it. Destiny hovered, arms crossed. Sorry doesn't fix billions in damage, or bring back my sister. Then why come here? Ethan looked up, searching her face. Alliance? Against Victor? She hesitated, the storm outside mirroring her turmoil. Because his hacks trace back to Pinnacle. I have proof. Offshore logs, emails linking him to Angela's firing. But exposing it cost me everything. Unauthorized digs, breach of ethics at Bank of America. Ethan's mind raced. Share it. We take him down together. Why trust you? She demanded. You're Victor 2.0, arrogant, biased, exploding at the first sign of weakness. He stood, closing the distance. Maybe I was, but those leaks, they forced me to see myself. Old emails from my startup days, jokes I laughed at, slurs I ignored. Victor planted that seed. Twist hit him like thunder. Victor as mentor, shaping his worldview. He wasn't just teaching business. He was molding me into this. Destiny's breath caught. Molding? He ruined lives. Angela caught his fraud. Cooked books at Pinnacle. He fired her, blackballed her. Stress killed her. And you learned from that monster? Ethan nodded slowly, the revelation cracking his defenses. I idolized him, copied his ruthlessness. But that deal in 18? I beat him fair. He never forgave it. Now he's using you, your pain, to bury me. She sank into a chair, exhaustion etching her features. Using me? How? Distraction, Ethan said. Your undercover op timed with his hacks. He knew I'd snap, go viral, weaken for his takeover. Destiny's eyes narrowed. Proof? He pulled up Lucas's files on his tablet. Look, email chains. Victor to Anonymous. Harper's vendetta, perfect cover. Letter expose Reed's character. He's playing us both. She scanned, face hardening. Bastard. Angela's death wasn't enough. He's profiting from it. Silence fell, heavy with shared betrayal. Ethan poured her a whiskey, handing it over. Truce? We combine forces. Your intel, my resources. She took it, sipping slowly. Truce means trust. After today? Tell me about Angela, he said softly, sitting across from her. Not the file version, the real her. Destiny's gaze softened, vulnerability peeking through. She raised me after our parents died, worked double shifts for my Harvard tuition. Brilliant kind, saw potential in everyone, until Victor crushed her for being uppity. Ethan listened, the night deepening. Sounds like my sister Emily. Teacher, grounded. She warned me years ago. Success is poisoning you, Ethan. I called her jealous. Poison, Destiny echoed. Victor poisoned you too. He nodded, walls crumbling. I started Reed to democratize banking, help underserved communities. But power twisted it. I became the gatekeeper. She set down her glass. Angela believed in redemption. Said people deserve chances if they fight for them. Then fight with me, Ethan urged. Expose Victor at tomorrow's merger. But we need a plan. They talked deep into the night, strategies unfolding, vulnerabilities shared. Destiny revealed her unauthorized hacks into Pinnacle's servers. Ethan confessed his old biases, rooted in Victor's influence. As dawn crept in, tension eased into tentative understanding. You didn't flinch in the cafe, he said quietly. Why? Control, she replied. Letting you expose yourself gave me power. But now, seeing Victor's hand, it changes things. Ethan met her eyes. I'm not him, not anymore. She stood, gathering her coat. Prove it tomorrow. One misstep, and I walk. As she left, the door clicking shut, Ethan felt a shift. Not just strategy, but something deeper. Doubt lingered, but so did hope. Victor's web was unraveling, thread by thread. Dawn's gray light filtered through the penthouse blinds, casting long shadows across the room where Ethan sat, staring at the door Destiny had closed behind her. Her scent lingered, subtle jasmine amid the whiskey haze, and her words echoed, prove it tomorrow. Alliance forged in the dead of night, but trust, fragile as glass. His phone buzzed like an alarm. Lucas. Sir, emergency. Victor's hacked your personal accounts. Deep stuff. Emails from a decade ago. Boardroom chats. Racist undertones all leaking now. Ethan's grip tightened. How bad? Worse than the video. Forums exploding. Stocks hemorrhaging. Down another 20%. Board wants your head. Stall them, Ethan ordered, voice steel. I'm handling it. He pulled up the leaks himself. Old messages from his startup days under Victor's wing. Diversity hires are slowing us down, one read. Like Hale says, keep 'em in check. His stomach churned. Victor's poison seeping into his words. A text from Destiny. Meet me at the office. Now. Bring everything on, Victor. He dressed quickly, the Atlanta streets slick with morning rain as he sped downtown. Reed Financial's tower loomed, a glass monolith reflecting his fractured empire. Destiny waited in the lobby, impeccable in a fresh suit, her expression unreadable. Your leaks? Victor's opening salvo. Ethan nodded, ushering her to the elevator. He's exposing my skeletons to force a board coup. Inside his corner office, she spread files across the desk. Printouts, drives. My intel on him, fraud trails from Angela's era, cooked books at Pinnacle, bribes, but it's unauthorized. I hacked their servers off books. Ethan scanned a page, emails implicating Victor in Angela's firing, laced with slurs. This buries him. Why hold back? Exposure costs me, she admitted, voice low. Bank of America fires me, ethics breach. Possible charges. He met her gaze. Then why share? Because alone we lose. Victor's playing 3D chess, using my revenge to distract while he hacks you under. Alliance means we hit back hard. Ethan leaned in. What do you propose? Rewrite the merger terms. Not just buyout. Make Reed a benefit corp. Mandate diversity audits. Fund anti-bias programs. Tie it to Angela's memory. He hesitated. That slashes profits. Board will revolt. Or rally, she countered. Public's watching. Turn your scandal into reform. But it requires my proof and my sacrifice. Tension crackled between them. You're willing? For what? Justice. For Angela, Destiny said fiercely. And maybe to see if you're redeemable. He nodded slowly. Let's write it. They dove in, hours blurring, laptops open, coffee fueling the frenzy. Ethan dictated financial tweaks. Destiny wove in ethical clauses. Add $50 million for workplace dignity initiatives, she said. Make it 75, he replied, surprising himself. Name it after Angela. Her eyes softened. You mean that? Proving it, he echoed her words. As drafts piled up, Victor's hacks escalated. Phone alerts, more leaks, stock alerts screaming red. Lucas burst in. Sir, the board's convening without you. Hale's pushing the vote. Buy time, Ethan snapped. We're close. Destiny closed her laptop. We need air. Clear heads before the merger. He arched a brow. Now, trust me. She led him out to her car, a modest sedan amid his luxury fleet. They drove south, through Atlanta's bustling streets, past murals of civil rights icons. Where? He asked. Somewhere to learn history, she said cryptically. The Martin Luther King Jr. National Historical Park emerged. Ebenezer Baptist Church, the eternal flame. Rain had stopped, leaving the air thick with humidity and reverence. They walked the paths, Destiny narrating softly. Angela brought me here as a kid. King's dream, equality, dignity. Victor spat on that. Ethan absorbed the exhibits, photos of marches, segregation scars. A display on workplace discrimination hit hard, stories mirroring Angela's. See this? Destiny pointed to a plaque on redlining and banking. Your industry is built on exclusion. Read financial? Part of it. He stopped, facing her. I never saw it. Victor taught profit over people. And you learned well, she said, but without bite. Until now? A group of school kids passed, laughing, diverse faces echoing King's vision. Ethan felt exposed, raw. Those leaks, my words, they're me, but I hate them now. She touched his arm briefly. Hate leads to change. Angela said that. They sat on a bench, the park's peace contrasting with their storm. The proposal's solid, he said, but Victor's one step ahead. How do we deploy your proof? Anonymously at the meeting. Leak it to the board mid-vote. Risky, he murmured. If traced to you, I'll own it, she declared. Career be damned. Angela deserves justice. Admiration surged in him, her fire unyielding. You're braver than I ever was. Don't flatter, she teased lightly. Just human. As they drove back, silence comfortable now, Ethan's phone erupted. Rachel. Hale's at the tower, demanding audience. Destiny's jaw set. He's accelerating. Thinks you're weak. Then let's show him alliance, Ethan said, a spark igniting. Back at the office, they finalized the proposal, $89 billion buyout with reforms baked in. This saves jobs, and he noted, protects against takeovers like Victor's. And honors history, she added. Lucas updated. Board's stalling, but Hale's furious. Leaks have backfired. Public turning on him, too. Good. But as the merger loomed, tension peaked. Victor's next move? Inevitable. Ethan glanced at Destiny, their shared glance electric. Sacrifice bound them now. Her career, his ego. Tomorrow would test it all. The conference room doors swung open with a pneumatic hiss, admitting Victor Hale like a storm front rolling in. Ethan straightened at the head of the table, Destiny at his side, their revised proposal glowing on the screen behind them. The board, Patricia and her cadre of white-suited allies, shifted uneasily, the air thick with Atlanta's midday humidity seeping through the vents. Victor strode in, silver hair impeccable, his smile ablade. Ethan, my prodigy, and Ms. Harper, charming to see you out of uniform. Destiny's eyes narrowed, but her voice stayed even. Save the pleasantries, Hale. We're here for business. He claimed a seat uninvited, Rachel trailing him like a shadow, her expression smug. Ethan's gut twisted, his PR head, loyal for years, now flanking the enemy. Business indeed, Victor purred. Your little alliance? Quaint. But let's cut to it. The merger. Patricia cleared her throat. The boards reviewed the revised terms. $89 billion buyout with reforms, diversity mandates, the Angela Washington Fund at $75 million. It's ambitious. Ambitious? Victor laughed, low and mocking. It's suicide. Profits gutted for feel-good clauses. Ethan, you let her poison your vision? Ethan leaned forward, voice steady. It's evolution. Reed Financial thrives on people, not just code. Your hacks expose the rot, mine included. This fixes it. Victor's eyes gleamed. Hacks, baseless. But speaking of exposure, he nodded to Rachel. She tapped her tablet, projecting files. Destiny's unauthorized server logs, her hacks into Pinnacle. Ms. Harper's been busy, breaching ethics, corporate espionage. Bank of America would love this. Destiny froze, color draining. How? Rachel's smile was venomous. You think Victor didn't anticipate? I fed him your moves, undercover waitress? Predictable revenge play. Ethan surged to his feet. Rachel, you? Opportunism, she shrugged. Victor pays better, and you? Arrogant fool. I cleaned your messes for years. Those emails, the biases. Time to jump ship. The board murmured, chaos brewing. Patricia banged her gavel. Order! Rachel, this is treasonous. Victor waved it off. Not treason, foresight. I've acquired 35% of Reed shares overnight. Enough for control. The merger? Scrapped. Pinnacle absorbs Reed, strips the tech, and liquidates the rest. 15,000 jobs? Collateral. Ethan's fist clenched. You manipulated the dips. Hacks confirmed. Prove it, Victor challenged. Your proof? From her illegal digs. Tainted fruit. Destiny stood, voice cutting through. Tainted? You fired Angela for exposing your fraud. Called her slurs. Blackballed her till she broke. This, she gestured to the proposal, honors her. You won't touch it. Victor's facade cracked, anger flashing. Angela was a liability, questioned my empire, like you now. And Ethan, I made you, stole my playbook, then betrayed me. This ends it. Lucas burst in, breathless. Sir, confirmations, Pinnacle IPs on the hacks, offshore trails lead straight to Victor. The room erupted. Board members shouted accusations. Patricia demanded audits. Victor rose, composure slipping. Irrelevant. With my stake, I call the vote. Dissolve Reed under Pinnacle. All in favor? Hands hesitated. Two rose tentatively. Wait, Ethan barked. Rachel, why betray? I trusted you, she sneered. You humiliate staff daily, like her in the cafe. Victor offered power, and he told me, Destiny's vendetta? He stoked it. Anonymous tips, pushing her toward you. Perfect distraction while I leaked your dirt. Twist landed like a gut punch. Destiny whirled on Victor. You used me? Angela's death as bait? Grief makes pawns, Victor admitted coolly. Your rage blinded you to my play. Ethan snaps, goes viral. Stock tanks, I buy in. Win-win. Ethan's world spun. Victor orchestrating from shadows. Rachel the mole. Destiny the unwitting weapon. You monster! Angela died because of you. Victor's laugh chilled. She died weak, like you'll fall now. No, Destiny declared, voice thunder. We expose everything. My hacks, your fraud, all of it. To the SEC, FBI, and press. Rachel scoffed. You'll burn too. Career torched. Let it, Destiny shot back. Angela's worth it. Ethan met her eyes, resolve mirroring. I'm with her. Leak it all. My scandals, your breaches, whatever it takes. Victor paled. Bluff. Board. Vote now. But Patricia stood. Hold. If these hacks prove true. They do, Lucas interjected, projecting logs. Pinnacle fingerprints everywhere. Chaos peaked. Phones out. Calls to lawyers. Victor lunged for the controls, but Ethan blocked him. It's over, mentor. Your empire crumbles. Victor shoved him. You ungrateful, I'll ruin you both. Destiny stepped between, unyielding. Try. Angela's ghost haunts you now. Security rushed in, summoned by Patricia. Escort Mr. Hale out. Meeting adjourned pending investigation. As Victor was dragged away, snarling threats, Rachel slipped toward the door. Ethan grabbed her arm. Why? Power, she hissed. Victor's vision wins. Not today, he replied, releasing her to the guards. The room emptied in a whirlwind, board members fleeing the fallout. Ethan turned to Destiny, adrenaline crashing. We did it, but the cost? She nodded, eyes fierce. Hygiene for the soul. Careers? Rebuildable. Justice? Priceless. Lucas approached. Leaks sent anonymously. Feds inbound. Ethan squeezed her hand briefly. Electric, unspoken. Alliance holds. But as sirens wailed in the distance, Victor's threats lingered. High noon passed. The real battle dawned. Sirens wailed through the tower's lobby as federal agents swarmed in, badges flashing under the harsh lights. Ethan watched Victor Hale being cuffed, his silver mane disheveled for the first time, face twisted in rage. "This isn't over, Reed. You'll regret crossing me." Rachel struggled against her own escorts, spitting venom. "You think this saves you? The world's seen your true colors." But the boardroom doors slammed shut on their shouts, leaving Ethan and Destiny alone amid scattered papers and flickering screens. Lucas hovered at the threshold, wide-eyed. Feds got the leaks. Victor's empire, fraud, hacks, all exposed. Pinnacles frozen. Ethan exhaled, tension uncoiling like a spring. "And Reed?" "Safe," Lucas confirmed. "Board's halting the vote. Shares are rebounding already. The public's turning. Your reforms? They're calling it genius PR." Destiny sank into a chair, hands trembling slightly. "It's done. Angela's proof. It worked." Ethan knelt beside her, voice soft. "At what cost? Your career?" She met his gaze, resolute. "Bank of America's already called, fired, ethics probe incoming. But Victor's going down for Angela. Worth it." He nodded, guilt surging. "I dragged you into this. My mess." "Our mess," she corrected. "Alliance, remember?" Patricia burst back in, face flushed. "Ethan, the feds want statements. Your leaks helped nail him. Old emails tied to his fraud ring. But you, assault charges from the cafe video. Civil suits brewing." Ethan stood. "I'll face it. Plead guilty if needed." Destiny rose too. "We testify together." As agents led them to interrogation rooms, hours blurred, questions firing like bullets. Hacks, leaks, Victor's web. Ethan confessed his biases, the cafe incident raw in recounting. "I was blind. Victor shaped that poison." By evening, they emerged exhausted, the tower quiet. Lucas updated. "Victor's arrested, racketeering, securities fraud, 20-year minimum. Reed's stock is up 15%. Board wants you back as CEO with reforms." Ethan turned to Destiny. "Come with me, one stop first." She arched a brow. "Where?" "Somewhere overdue." They drove north through Atlanta's twilight, traffic humming like a distant pulse. Oakwood Cemetery appeared, wrought iron gates framing rows of headstones. Destiny led him to Angela's grave, a simple marker etched with "Beloved sister, strength and grace." Ethan knelt, rain from earlier pooling on the grass. "I didn't know her, but Angela, I'm sorry. For men like me, like Victor, your fight changed everything." Destiny stood silent, tears tracing her cheeks. She'd forgive, always did. He rose, facing her. "Can you? Truly?" She touched the stone, then his hand. "Starting to." Weeks unfolded in a whirlwind of consequences. Ethan pled guilty to assault, 60 days in county jail, community service stacked high. Fines drained his accounts, but he embraced it, emerging leaner, eyes clearer. Destiny navigated her fallout, jobless but unbowed. They met daily now, not in boardrooms, but rebuilding. Her launching the Angela Washington Foundation from scratch, him funneling Reed funds into it. One humid afternoon at a downtown community center, Ethan organized his first event, a civil rights workshop. Kids from underserved neighborhoods gathered, diverse faces eager. He spoke haltingly. "I was part of the problem. Biases blind us, but change starts here." Destiny watched from the side, facilitating panels on workplace dignity. Afterward, as volunteers packed up, she pulled him aside. "You meant every word." He wiped sweat from his brow. "Trying. These kids remind me of my startup dreams, before Victor corrupted them." She smiled faintly. Angela mentored too, saw potential everywhere. Their hands brushed, lingering. "Join me full-time? Foundation needs you." "I'm no exec anymore," she teased. "You're everything," he murmured, pulse quickening. Evenings turned intimate. Dinners at hole-in-the-wall soul food spots, sharing stories under porch lights. "Emily called," he said one night over collards and cornbread. "My sister says I'm finally the brother she remembers." Destiny leaned in. "And you? Who do you see in the mirror?" "A man in progress," he admitted. "Thanks to you." She traced his jaw. "Alliance evolved." Their first kiss came under a magnolia tree, rain threatening again. Soft, tentative, igniting like forgotten fire. "This complicates things," she whispered. "Good complication," he replied, pulling her close. Romance bloomed amid charity work. Ethan at shelters, Destiny leading anti-bias trainings. Tension built in quiet moments, her vulnerability about Angela's loss, his confessions of isolation at the top. One evening, at her modest apartment, storm raging outside, he organized a surprise. Reed's first diversity gala in Atlanta, themed around civil rights. "Your foundation headlines it," she gasped, eyes shining. "For Angela." "For us," he said, kneeling. Not with a ring, but honesty. "I love you, Destiny." "Messy, real love." Tears fell. "Love? After everything?" "Because of it." He rose, holding her. "You showed me grace when I deserved none." She kissed him fiercely. "Then yes, to love, to build." But shadows lingered. Lawsuits loomed. Public scrutiny intensified. Victor's trial loomed, demanding their testimony. Tension mounted. Anonymous threats. Media hounds. Yet in her arms, Ethan found anchor. "Whatever comes," he vowed, "together." As the gala night approached, the stakes rose. Victor's allies whispering sabotage. Romance tested, redemption on the line. The Atlanta Convention Center thrummed with energy, spotlights sweeping across a sea of faces. Business titans, activists, young entrepreneurs, all gathered for the annual Corporate Equity Summit. Ethan Reed stepped to the podium, a year to the day since the cafe incident that had shattered his world. His Navy suit fits sharper now, honed by months of service and self-reflection. Green eyes steady under the glare. "A year ago," he began, voice resonant, "I assaulted a woman on video, poured coffee on her in rage, spewing bias because I felt small. That act wasn't isolated. It was the culmination of years poisoned by entitlement." The audience leaned in, murmurs rippling. In the front row, Destiny Reed, Harper no more, watched. Her wedding band catching the light, radiant in a crimson gown. Their marriage 3 months prior, at soul bites amid biscuits and tears, had sealed what trials forge. "I stand here not for sympathy," Ethan continued, "but accountability. Reed Financial was reborn that day. We implemented reforms, diversity audits, and the Angela Washington Foundation now aids 500 companies. Stocks up 40%, but more. We've saved lives from bias's toll." Applause built, but he raised a hand. "Credit goes to my wife, Destiny. She faced my cruelty with grace, then partnered in justice. Victor Hale rots in prison. 15 years for fraud. His web dismantled, billions returned to victims." Destiny joined him on stage, the crowd rising. "Redemption isn't a finish line," she said, voice warm. "It's a daily choice. Angela taught me that. Fight prejudice with purpose." Ethan chose change. Together we built equity. They fielded questions. "How'd you forgive?" one asked. Destiny smiled. "Love doesn't erase pain. It transforms it. We testify, serve, evolve." Ethan added, "Jail time, fines. They humbled me. Community work showed real stakes. Families like those Angela championed." Backstage later, Lucas approached, beaming. "Sir, ma'am, Foundation secured a $100 million grant. Reed's boot camps expand to 15 cities." Ethan clapped his shoulder. "Couldn't without you. COO suits you." As confetti fell on the summit floor, Ethan pulled Destiny close. "A year ago, I was lost. Now, this." She kissed him softly. "Us." Flashbacks wove through the night. Post-trial months brutal. Death threats from Hale's loyalists. Media dissecting their romance as redemption ploy. Activists picketed Reed HQ. Supremacists harassed online. But they endured. Ethan at shelters, ladling soup beside formerly incarcerated men. "I was the system," he'd confess. Destiny leading workshops, her firing a badge of honor. Lost a job, gained a mission. Their wedding at Soul Bites, Martha officiating, Danny as best man, drew global eyes. Vows exchanged over the booth where it began. "From ashes we rise," Ethan said. "Your grace saved me." "I saw the man beneath," Destiny replied, ring slipping on amid cheers. Honeymoon skipped for foundation launches. Atlanta galas honoring King, programs training minorities in fintech. Reed's retention soared. 95% employees voted Ethan back unanimously. Challenges persisted. A lawsuit from Hale's estate settled for anti-bias funds. Public polls shifted. 70% saw genuine change. Skeptics vocal but fading. One evening post-summit, at their shared home overlooking the city, Ethan organized a quiet dinner. Candles flickered, soul records spun. Emily's visiting next week with the kids. Destiny grinned. She'll love the foundation's new center. He took her hand. And us? Building this life? Every day, she whispered, pulling him into dance. Bodies swayed, rhythms syncing like their paths. But tension lingered. Anonymous calls, echoes of Hale's network. We stay vigilant, Ethan said later, holding her. Love's our shield. She nodded. And purpose our sword. Months deepened bonds. Joint speeches nationwide. A foundation resolving 15,000 discrimination cases. Microsoft's offer to Destiny, ethics VP, blended seamlessly with their work. At a park bench one dawn, mirroring their first real talk, he surprised her. Ready for more? She laughed. Always. Their story spread. Books, docs, proving transformation possible. Skeptics converted, allies multiplied. In soul bites over coffee, Martha toasted. From spill to spill-proof love. Ethan raised his mug. To grace. Destiny clinked. To us. As Atlanta's sun set, their legacy glowed. Bias challenged, lives uplifted. Hate conquered by love's quiet revolution.